Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Adaptability Workshop. This presentation from the Be Engaged Workshop Series is brought to you by Success Services with the Office of Student Financial Aid. Our workshop series, typically an interactive experience held across campus throughout the year, is now available to you through Blackboard Collaborate. We'll start today by introducing our Student Success Services within the Office of Student Financial Aid. Our success services offer a range of resources, including one-to-one success coaching and basic needs support, both of which works to provide essential support to students. Additionally, we have our workshop series, which covers a diverse set of topics designed to enhance individual success. Finally, we have our mentorship piece, which will launch soon, providing an opportunity for peer-to-peer and peer-to-alumni mentoring. Our space is located at East Campus Mall, but for now, we're available virtually. The basic needs coordinators and success coaches are available to meet with you through video chat or over the phone. Visit our website located at the bottom left of this screen to set up a meeting with us today. Additionally, the success team is hosting a Microsoft Teams channel available to students to post questions or chat with a success services team member through the platform. Now, to introduce ourselves. I'm Jordan Salas, and I'm a second-year PhD student.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wren, and I'll be a first-year master's student fall semester.
The role of the Student Success Coach is designed to help you identify a pathway to success across different areas, optimize opportunities, and enhance your Wisconsin experience. Okay, so back to our Adaptability and Uncertain Times workshop. The purpose of this presentation is to help you rediscover your ability to adapt, especially under immense uncertainty. We'll spend this time discussing perspectives and how a change in your perspective may help you rediscover your ability to adapt, even if you're away from campus, classmates, and colleagues.
Adaptability is our capacity to adjust to new conditions. This is a skill, and one that takes time and effort to develop. It's not always something that comes naturally. Learning the ability to be nimble and flexible can be a helpful tool for success. Specifically, adapting to uncertain situations is an especially important skill set in most professional and academic settings. When you think about your ability to adapt, does it come easily to you, or do you struggle when plans change? Have you ever considered just how adaptable you can be? How can being adaptable add value to your experience as a student and as a soon-to-be professional in your field of study? Learning is one key component in increasing your ability to be adaptable. Learning from others around you can be a great way to increase your adaptability. Perhaps you have a friend, classmate, professor, or family member that is adaptable. Observe their skills or perhaps even ask their perspective on adaptability. Learning from others allows us to gain new perspectives, and others can give you tips and tricks to their success. Finding the positive aspects or the silver lining of a given moment can also allow you to increase your adaptability. By finding the positive highlights, you shift your perspective and reframe your focus. This global pandemic has altered much of our everyday lives. Perhaps there are small positive notes that you can find to help reframe moments. For example, maybe you're now assisting with childcare for your siblings because of your family's needs. While it creates more stress to meet your academic demands, have your own job, or other aspects of your life, it is a valuable time with your siblings that you may not have had otherwise. Consider your perspective and look for ways to reframe to find the positives. Adaptability comes with a lot of questions as well, and asking those questions increases our ability to adapt. Asking questions through uncertainty can help us embrace growth. Asking questions, similar to learning from others, is a way to learn more and challenge established ways of doing things. Lastly, it can be helpful to allow ourselves to let go of expectations and place our focus on what we can control. Holding on to what should be or daily routines that once existed makes it more difficult to adapt and adjust to the moment. Allowing ourselves to discover and rediscover opportunities of growth by focusing on what we can control will promote our success in a practical way.
If you're like me, you appreciate a good comedy routine. Moreover, you like improv comedy. Before now, you probably didn't consider how valuable of a skill improvising is, but improvising is a valuable skill set that most professionals rely on, perhaps more often than realized. Embracing the now is particularly important when we're in situations when access to resources we might ordinarily use is out of our reach. Have you ever been told just figure it out and thought, well, how? One way we figure it out is by allowing our environment to stand in as a resource and aid us in getting the job done. For example, consider your home or apartment. How does that space currently get used? Do you sit at the kitchen table to do work? Consider how you could designate a space in your home or apartment that is exclusively used for studying that can become your library, or setting a particular time of day where you are able to unplug from your work or academics to take a lunch break. I don't know about you, but now that I'm almost always in the same space, it is harder for me to keep a regular schedule. Making small adjustments and using my space differently allows me to stay on task a bit better.
Let's try a quick adaptability exercise. Where are you right now? If you're home, move to another room or to another space away from where you are right now. If you're away from home, perhaps at a coffee shop or inside a fairly open public space, try moving to another area or table. I'll give you some time to move and get settled. Now that you've moved seats, has your perspective changed? Do you feel differently now than that you've moved to another room? How did you feel about having to gather your belongings and change space? Were you reluctant to move? If so, why? What was the source of your reluctance? The point of the exercise is to confront and accept change, especially when we're most comfortable. Admittedly, it's not always the easiest thing to do, even when it's as simple as moving to a different space. Additionally, this exercise allows you to identify your immediate reaction to change, giving you the opportunity to adjust your perspective on change, which increases your adaptability.
Many of us have experienced discomfort and challenges over the past few months, affecting us in many different ways. How have you dealt with the discomfort? How have you worked to find comfort during this time? Perhaps your experiences during the past few months brought on an increased sense of stress. We encourage you to participate in our Mind Your Stress workshop. In this workshop, we highlight your ability to take that stress and use it as a resource to motivate you in a positive way. Sometimes, some of our best work is produced under some amount of pressure. Adopting an optimistic perspective, even when you're most uncertain about the immediate future, may nurture your ability to remain productive.
Every day, telecommuting for work, school, get togethers, and check ins is a balancing act. The script isn't written for you, and it certainly isn't perfect. We're all adopting new guidelines and parameters for what we consider normal right now. Every day is a trial period and a true test of adaptability. We're all working to build a playbook that allows us to navigate through the uncertainties of the unprecedented and shared circumstances that we're in right now. So, if you're finding it difficult to balance everything right now, it's okay. Learning to balance and be adaptable is a constant work in progress, and you're not behind the rest of the world. We're all trying to figure out the right approach to our new reality. But really, try the exercise pictured on this slide. Can you balance, or are you attempting to find balance? Are you finding it difficult to balance the penny on the hanger?
By now, you've probably already used telecommunication to connect with the different parts of your community. Keep in mind that your community can help you with your adaptability. There are a number of ways that you can establish and sustain different aspects of your life telecommunicating, including game nights, lunch meetings, and social gatherings. The connections you have with people will provide that opportunity to not only talk about your lives, but also how you're adapting in your lives. Those are important conversations to engage in. As we mentioned before, learn from one another. Recognize you may also need a break from your computer screen and Netflix. Getting plenty of fresh air is essential for releasing stress. A nice walk or run outside allows you to exercise as well as enjoy a break from technology. If a run or walk outside is less ideal, try opening your windows to allow for a bit of fresh air to enter into your space. or maybe finding a nice spot on the lawn to reconnect with a good book will facilitate the escape that you need. Give it a try.
Use the buddy system to try establishing an accountability network. Establishing a list of goals or weekly standards is a great way to ensure you're doing all that you can to continue growing during this time. An accountability partner is a great way to make sure that you're living up to your potential, as well as making sure that your friends do the same. For instance, perhaps creating or joining a virtual book club will hold you accountable to your commitment of finishing a particular book. Or creating or joining a group dedicated to running will motivate you to log more miles than you ever thought you could.
In addition to creating virtual micro communities, there are many other things that you can do to remain active and to reduce feelings of cabin fever. Also, you may have realized that you're going to have to get creative and be willing to explore alternative ideas of fun. However, there are several things that you can do to have fun and adapt to our present moment. Perhaps you can learn a new instrument, adopt a houseplant and discover your green thumb, join a Zoom exercise class, finish that book that you've put off due to classwork, redecorate your space, even if it's just your bed.
Self-reflection during this time is a crucial part of overcoming additional stress as well. Take time to consider how you felt mentally, emotionally, and physically at the start of the semester compared to how you feel now. Have you noticed any improvements? If so, can you identify the source of those improvements? If, on the other hand, you haven't identified any improvements, why do you think that is? Have you journaled this experience? Are you able to retrace your experiences during this time to help you identify ways you could improve and grow going forward? Again, if you've not identified ways in which you've grown during the semester, there's no need to worry. Each day provides a new canvas for you to map out your plan to grow and improve.
Have you considered how you plan to take what you've learned during this time and apply it to other aspects of your life? How can you take what you've learned and apply it to your life as a student or to the current job that you have? During this time, have you considered how you'll continue to improvise when in uncertain positions? Most importantly, how will you continue to grow and adapt to situations in the semesters to come? Thank you for joining us today. We'll continue providing content that both supports your transition into an e-learning environment, as well as resources that work to help you develop different skills to address roadblocks on your pathway to success. Please be sure to take a look at our other presentations, Deep to Your Core and Hello, Are You There?, as well as Mind Your Stress, to learn more about the different resources and skill sets that you can apply to many areas of your life within and beyond the classroom. Until next time, take care.